In our previous video, we highlighted Toto Wolff's diabolical plan to delay Sir Lewis's move to Ferrari by sacking him, putting the blame on Ferrari, and then suing them for wrongfully interfering in their relationship with him. The lawsuit then provides the basis for a court injunction, preventing Sir Lewis from starting at Ferrari until the case is resolved. Unfortunately, in this video, we will be drawing your attention to recent developments, which show that since then, Toto has taken the next step in his plan to sack Sir Lewis. But before going further, we invite those of you who haven't yet done so, to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification icon, to be notified when the next video is uploaded. We have been tracking Toto's plan in a series of videos, available in our Toto Wolf playlist, and we would recommend that our new visitors watch them, to have a better understanding of the background to this video. As the adage goes, give a dog a bad name and hang him, and to that end, Toto and Mercedes have been smearing Sir Lewis's name, in advance of sacking him. This goat, who has been a consummate professional all his 17-year career, which incidentally has been powered exclusively by Mercedes, with the last 11 being under Toto, now stands accused of being disloyal, underperforming, demotivated, scared, and other negative traits that he never displayed before the move to Ferrari was announced. Sir Lewis simply exercised the option in his contract after Mercedes failed to provide him with a competitive car for 3 years and meet key demands of his. For example, he wanted to be a brand ambassador, but Mercedes declined. He wanted a longer-term contract, but Mercedes were only prepared to offer him a short term. By his own admission, Toto did not offer the GOAT a longer-term contract, because he didn't want to miss out on Antonelli, the promising youngster that they had on their books. Now, take a minute to digest this information. We have always maintained that Toto Wolff, with the knowledge of Mercedes, was obsessed with ushering Sir Lewis out of F1, before he could exceed Michael Schumacher's 7 titles. We have also always maintained that Toto asserts too loudly that Mercedes owe Sir Lewis an 8th title. This is the classic consciousness of guilt admission, because if Toto and Mercedes had not been party to denying him an 8th, why would they owe him one? Furthermore, Toto saying that he did not want to miss out on Antonelli, after learning from the lesson of missing out on Max, is yet another consciousness of guilt admission. What has missing out on the then 16-year-old Antonelli got to do with Sir Lewis's contract? After all, there are always 2 seats in any team. Why was it Sir Lewis's seat that was relevant to Antonelli? Of course, this was the evidence of the obsession that Toto thought was well hidden to all but the inner sanctum at Mercedes, bubbling to the surface. This was the evidence that Mercedes, who did not intend to extend Sir Lewis's contract beyond 2025, had taken it for granted that he would see out that contract. But now that he has found his way to a possibly competitive Ferrari for 2025, Toto and Mercedes are losing their heads, because of the real risk that Sir Lewis could win an 8th title at Ferrari and scupper their well-hidden objective. What other possible reason can Toto and Mercedes have for being salty about the Ferrari move? They were happy to usher him out to make way for Antonelli, and now he's out, so what's the issue? Pat him on the back, wish him all the best and give him a rousing send-off, to match or possibly exceed that which you gave to his 8th title back in Abu Dhabi. Another glaring consciousness of guilt admission, coming out of Toto's claim that they didn't want to miss out on Antonelli, the way they had missed out on Max, is that Max came into F1 in 2015, when Sir Lewis was already double world champion. In that year, Sir Lewis went on to become triple world champion, and the following year, Mercedes turned themselves inside out to derail him for the benefit of his teammate, who subsequently retired. Of course by then, Max was locked in at Red Bull, and Mercedes and Sir Lewis continued on their winning streak, so what lesson was there to be learnt? Mercedes won 7 titles in succession, after Max joined F1, So what is it that they learnt that they don't want to repeat? Perhaps the notion that they didn't want to make the same mistake again by missing out on Antonelli, like they did with Max, is just doublespeak. Perhaps their real regret was that Max could have done a better job of taking titles away from Sir Lewis than Nico or his successor did. Why else would the team that was on a record-breaking run be harboring regret about missing out on Max? Yes, folks, this was Toto and Mercedes admitting that, while they and Lewis were on their respective record-breaking runs, they were resenting Lewis's because it imperiled Michael's. The only thing they missed out on was not having a teammate that, in their opinion, could have taken some titles off Sir Lewis. We of course don't share that opinion, and 2021 provided conclusive evidence of that, but nevertheless, that is what Mercedes were clearly hoping for and missed out on. This explains why Toto did not show the same energy in defending Sir Lewis's 8th title or, from vicious attacks from Max and Red Bull, that he displayed when defending Liberty Media from deserved criticism in Las Vegas last year. With all of these, how can Mercedes or anyone else represent that Sir Lewis had been somewhat disloyal by making the switch from the team that wanted him out to make way for a promising young talent to the one that was ready to welcome him with open arms? You are wondering the same, aren't you? Well, guess you are not like Toto's media pals at Planet F1, talking about how Mercedes have loyally supported Sir Lewis. One can't help but smile at why these truth-tellers felt the need to proclaim Toto and Mercedes's loyalty to Sir Lewis, reminiscent of their owing him an 8th title. While they were proclaiming Mercedes's loyalty to Sir Lewis, Planet F1 were again spreading another outrageous and unfounded rumor that Sir Lewis was requesting Ferrari change their livery to black. This was just another carefully orchestrated attempt to smear Sir Lewis in the eyes of the tifosi. There is no evidence or suggestion that Sir Lewis, whose ultimate dream machine has always been a red Ferrari, and is the proud owner of several, has ever harbored such sentiments or made such a request. Toto's media simply generated clickbait headlines to that effect as part of their smear campaign. It is no coincidence that all these articles and interviews that routinely smear Sir Lewis invariably praise Toto and Mercedes. It is in this respect that the article from the Max-worshipping, Toto-friendly, Lewis-hating GP fans reporting that Antonelli could replace Lewis this season should be seen as Toto moving closer to sacking Sir Lewis. What GP fans report today will be disseminated widely through other platforms tomorrow, and in no time, people become desensitized to the notion of Antonelli replacing Sir Lewis. It is not news that Antonelli could possibly be Sir Lewis's replacement at Mercedes for 2025, and Sir Lewis himself has openly supported this. What is shocking news, which should be taken seriously, are the reports that Antonelli could replace Sir Lewis this season. Toto and Mercedes are yet to come out to deny this report, like any of the myriad of smears against Sir Lewis, the way they are quick to defend themselves against allegations of treating Sir Lewis unfairly. It should be noted that the only way that Antonelli can replace Sir Lewis this season is if Mercedes sack or suspend him. The fact that this suggestion is being bandied around at all speaks to the state of affairs between Sir Lewis and Mercedes, and the fact that it is being propagated by Toto-friendly media speaks volumes. We are keeping a close eye on developments, and urge those of you who are interested to do the same, and let us know of any articles or content that you come across that may be of interest to us. Toto Wolff is clearly gearing up to sack Sir Lewis, and there would be no point in doing this if he wasn't looking to delay his start at Ferrari.